Unless you haven't looked at the news this weekend, you'll be aware of the Hamas large-scale incursion into southern Israel. As I speak, there is heavy fighting still ongoing in 6 to 8 towns or settlements close to the Gaza Strip border. Hundreds of Israeli civilians have been killed, hundreds of Palestinian Hamas militants also. And strikes on the Gaza Strip are escalating. Bear in mind that this is an area of land that's 16 square kilometres with well over 2 million people living there. Where are these people going to escape to? There are no passages out for civilians. So I'm thinking this will have started with a massive rocket barrage on Israel, like thousands of rockets, and then followed up by a large-scale land invasion breaking through barriers and fences. Israel has clearly been caught off guard by the scale of this. Yeah, Iran is obviously very pleased right now. Yeah, very smug about what they've seen. On the Israeli side, no one's mincing their words as far as I can tell. This is a war. Severe consequences to follow. Yeah. Many hostages have been taken by Hamas. Maybe these people will end up being used as bargaining tools later on down the line. Yeah. So, Israel in 2023. It has a very right-wing government under the corrupt Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. It's not difficult to imagine that he's got people in his ear, people in his government right now, encouraging him to do what they would call a full-scale ground offensive, invasion basically, of the Gaza Strip, with the goal being to essentially smash Hamas, destroy it as an effective fighting force. Right at this moment, Israel's defence forces have got their hands full, and there's no telling what might happen in the West Bank in terms of escalation. And elsewhere also, I mean, we've just had a recent rocket exchange with Lebanon. Egypt might have an important role to play in all this as it plays out, I don't know. But there's always a danger where violence ramps up suddenly into an actual war, that the conflict could spread rapidly and perhaps unpredictably into a wider conflict. I guess the UN Security Council is having an emergency meeting. How useful that will be, I don't know. I don't have any confidence in the UN Security Council. I think it should be abolished, but that's just my view. I was reading an article this morning from a journalist. I won't mention his name or who he works for, but he was crowing about this being a humiliating blow for Israel, a slap in the face to the arrogant Netanyahu, and that it was a fatal strategic and political blow for the state of Israel. I mean, he's right about Netanyahu being filled with hubris, and I imagine there are a few higher-ups in the Israeli political and military elite who are feeling quite embarrassed right about now. But this isn't a fatal blow for Israel by any stretch. There'll be a severe and brutal reaction to this, you know, and Israel's got many allies abroad, especially in the West. Primary motivational factors for both Israel and Hamas, as far as I can tell, are punish, retaliate, humiliate. Yeah, this is significant though. This is a significant event in history. Yeah, this weekend I think will be long remembered.